What's good? Welcome to the Dirty Corner podcast. Today we got a straight legend, a West Coast legend in the house today. The one and only Spice One. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, just out here at the studio recording some shit. Working.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. I appreciate you taking the time for me today. What are we at? Like 32 years since your first album dropped? Is that right? Somewhere right around there?
Yeah, you talking about that last
like the first album. We're like right around we're like over 30 years in the game.
You talking about the first album, the self-titled album, Spice One.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Man, that was like 91.
91. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Respect, bro. That's what it is. So let me ask you, dog, like, are you tripped out how fast time's moving? Are you like, when you think like you've been 30 years in the game, does that shit trip you out a little bit?
A little bit, but I don't know. It's just I trip out. I trip out because it just feels natural. That's why I trip sometimes. Like, why does it feel so natural to me? Like, because it's something I do. Like walking and eating food. I'm gonna do that every day. And probably for the rest of my life. And I'm in the same thing with me writing rhymes or rapping on or doing my music or whatever. Even if I'm just thinking of stuff to jot down on my phone, you know what I'm saying? It's just something I do.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. For me, I think it's like, man, time's moving so fast,
Yeah, it is. It is, man, because, I seen somebody's post today and it was like, I was, wow, I can't believe I was, this age, this many years ago, and they was 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. Yeah. You a baby, man. You a kid. You still a kid, homie. You got a long life to live. You know what I'm saying? So, the funniest thing, they say you eat healthy, you jog, you lift weights, you take care of yourself, and then you just die healthy in this motherfucker.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Everybody gotta go, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, shit, you just gonna go healthy or you gonna go unhealthy.
Hey, that's true. That's true. So let me ask you, there's been some different things I've heard you say throughout the years on different channels and stuff like that. And one thing that stuck with me was, going way back, I heard you mention that you lost a homeboy when you were 14 years old due to kind of like a flawed bank robbery. Is that that right, bro? At 14?
Yeah, the feds was at the house. It was the real sad situation, bro. His mother actually sued the police department and won the suit, but it still didn't bring the homie back. We was just some little kids really doing shit that we wasn't supposed to do, man. We just think about some money trying to get paid, you know what I'm saying? And really doing dumb shit to get it, But it's funny. The funny part about it, if anything, is that we still got like my mom, rest in peace. She kept the little plan that we did that we wrote on the back of a grocery bag. We wrote the plan to rob the bank on the back of a grocery bag. That? Yeah, she kept it and always brought it in my face and laughed at it like, "You trying to rob a bank with a grocery bag plan?" All kind of shit. So, mom's was funny.
Now you mentioned that because I was wondering how that fucked you up a little bit, like if that fucked you up a little bit at that young of an age, because you had mentioned that you kind of told the homeboy like, "Hey, it's time to dip," but he kind of stayed back, but you guys dipped out, right? Is that kind of?
Yeah. And I don't know why he, you stayed to hide in there or nothing. I just knew it. I'm thinking, if they would have killed them, they would have killed me too, because I would have seen it and been a witness to them, to the police murdering the homie anyway. So shit.
Some wild shit, bro. At 14, that's some wild shit. I'll tell you what. That's for real.
Yeah. It was definitely a lesson, man. And I still, I was still out there acting a fool after all of that. It's crazy because like a lot of the kids at school was looking at me like, oh, it's the bank robbery, and he's the, he robbed banks, and his friend got killed, and they was in a bank robbery, and all my high school life was that, but the rap music took over and shit.
Well, that's good. That's good. Because, that's savage at 14. I'll tell you what, for sure.
Yeah, you want some money, trying to
get that. Yeah. Of course. Hey, $300 at that time, shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, now I saw something else where you had stated that there was a point in time where you were kind of like halfway in the music game, or you were in the music game, but you were still kind of had your foot in the streets a bit. And
yeah.
And I heard that I heard you say that you actually talked to Larry Hoover on the phone, and his advice was to keep it pushing with the music. Is that accurate?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Larry Hoover. I'm so glad that dude told me that, man. I really, he really might not even know what the impact on him telling me that was. Why I'm probably still here today, still, talking to you when I'm free. I ain't in jail or dead or nothing like that. When an OG like that tell you something, then, shit, you listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy was locked up. When I talked to him, I was at Lil J's office, and we was talking, and that's what he was saying. Like, just don't get caught up in all of this bullshit, man. Just do your music, and try to be the best you can be, and do your thing. It was all positive coming from that guy, from that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, he could have said, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't let no nigga say nothing to you, blow his motherfucking brains out if you say something funny to your ass. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these niggas. They think you a punk ass rapper, like they bitch ass up. He could have said some shit like that, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He told me something realer than real. And I'm glad I listened to him. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, man, it had to have hit you because you ran with it.
Yeah, hell yeah. And a lot of these cats today, I would tell them the same thing if they asked me that question. I would just be like, man, just stick to your music. If that's what you're doing, or don't, stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize, no matter what it is. Whatever you're doing, if it's music or movies or working on building a house or whatever it is, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't let them derail your thoughts and your actions of what you're doing.
Oh yeah. So I heard this story, man, and I met Bushwick Bill back in the day, so that's why I wanted to bring this one up. So I heard you tell this story about there was like this confrontation with Bushwick Bill. He was in, some type of confrontation. You were kind of trying to settle down the whole thing, and he throws his eyeball at this dude. Were you the one that picked it up? That's what I was trying to gather from it. Did you have to go over there and pick that shit up, or how did that?
Yeah, I went over there and picked his eyeball up. I went and picked it up. And he took it and he wiped it off, and put it back in his head. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bruh, like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he'd jump off, pop off quicker than anybody.
Wow. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. That was the homie for real. Like, we used to have. I tell you one story. We used to I don't know. I hope people don't get mad at us. Because I think I had like a Santa Claus hat, and Bill had like a little elf hat, and we was driving around on Christmas. We was kicking over people's decorations. That probably wasn't cool, huh? Well, he was. You know what I'm saying? He just hop out the car and kick their decorations over and hop back in, and we would drive off laughing and shit. You know, so if any of you people, anybody out in Vegas, if we kicked over your decorations, man, I apologize. We was tripping. This
Hell
me and
yeah,
Bill,
bro.
me and Bushwick Bill, you know.
Hey, I could only imagine. I could only imagine some of the shit that's not talked about. So that's what's up, bro. That's cool. So look, any time that any time that you pop up, brother, I feel like one of the big topics that always comes up is Pac. I mean, you're someone that can still speak about, who he was, I would say. And a lot of people like this new age doesn't really understand. They might hear a couple songs or whatever, but they don't really. And so you can still relive that for us. And so um, I wanted to bring up Pac, man. I wanted to just basically ask you a few questions. Um, you were actually with him the day, like you were kicking it with him the day that he got shot. Is that right?
Yeah, we was actually in the studio in LA. We recorded a song called Fame. The original Fame. The original song called Fame is me and Tupac and the other homie Cocaine. He used to rap with this group called Above the Law. And he dropped his solo projects, and he did a lot of a lot of hooks on Snoop Dogg stuff. Homie Cocaine, it's me and Cocaine and Tupac, the original song, the original Fame. So if you go back, even it's online, even if it's on YouTube. We didn't put up for sale or nothing, but the original Fame is on YouTube, and that's me and Tupac and Cocaine.
And that was earlier that day.
Yeah, that was that day. That was actually that day, and he was. I got these memories in my head of him standing by the car saying, "Man, let's rock." You know what I'm saying? Come hop in the car with me now. I had to be like, man, I gotta go change my clothes. I've been recording. I've been in the studio for days and shit. He was like, we can change clothes out there. Let's just come out here. I didn't really, know what was going on. Neither one of us, he had no idea he was gonna see a dude up there at the Orlando, up at the fight. You know what I'm saying? But shit happened, and then that's what happened, and you know what I'm saying? It was tragic. I was on my way out there at the time. I was about to come out there, and when I heard that, I was like, man, just let the homie rest. I'm thinking, because Pac got, he gets shot. I'm like, oh, my nigga got shot again. I'll talk to him tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But it was more of a severe case, than I thought it was.
Now, was it because I heard you say that when you heard about this shit, you just and I don't know if you were in your car or standing outside the car, but you just let a mag off. You just like let some fucking shit ring out into the air. Was that when you heard that he passed away, or was that when you heard that this shit had happened?
That's what I heard after I heard it happen.
Gotcha.
Man, when he passed away, it was just crazy because I didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? It was hella unexpected.
He already had survived. He had already had the fucking. He was invincible.
Yeah. That was the last thing I expected was for him to die.
Yeah.
It in the '90s, and especially the later '90s, was crazy for me because man, I had Pac passed in '96. My dad passed in '97. And I had two kids that the same year in '97. And it was like really crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was off Jive, my label, it was kind of wishy-washy with the record label. I was starting to realize a lot, wondering why, how they could sell 1 million records for $13 a unit, and it was hard for me to even pay off a $130,000 house.
Yeah, because in the beginning you had basically, just signed a deal, and it was kind of, after blowing up and shit like that, you kind of realized it was a little bit more of a scandalous deal than,
Yeah.
but at that
But
time,
they rob you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really, everybody, it's like everybody got robbed. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
A lot of people didn't, but most of us did. You know what I'm saying? Or blackballed out of the industry because we didn't agree with something, or we wanted something to go our way, or we stood up for what we thought was right, or we stood up for our money, or whatever it was we stood up for. We got blackballed for it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Now, so there was a lot of conspiracies around Pac's death, like, oh, he didn't really die, and he fucking moved to Jamaica, all the shit, right? As Tupac's, I'm just gonna say his brother, because I have never seen someone so online with the backing that you have for Tupac. Like you ready to still go off to this day if someone badmouths the situation.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
as someone that considered him a brother, for you there was no conspiracy, right? Like, it was like, hey, Pac's gone.
Yeah,
like that is what it is.
I mean, well, when Feeney was alive, I used to just say, okay, well, let's call Feeney right now and tell her Pac alive. You know what I'm saying? And then whoever I was talking to would look at me like, hell no. I was like, well, shut up then, man. You want to call Feeney right now and tell her that Pac alive, like real for real? You want me to believe that? So, and I still talk to his brother every now and then to this day. About a lot of things. Since Pac passed, I'm like, man, I'll be your brother, man. You got one brother, left, bro.
For sure.
All right, I told Pac brother like he told him like he told him on Boys in the Hood at the end. He like, you got one brother left. So I chop it up with him all the time. Saying with Mo Preem from Thug Life. That's my guy, you know what I'm saying? We still talk, all the Thug Macadocious, talk to Rated R, even though he locked up or whatever. I talk to a lot of Thug Life cats, and even the Outlaws, we all still cool.
So I know that, and I wouldn't expect you to elaborate too much, but what do you think about this Keefe D shit after all these years? And this fool's been saying this shit for a long time, right? Like, he's been like talking about being in the car and doing the whole Vlad interviews and shit like that. Like, do you think it's snitching on yourself? Do you think that, hey, time always catches up with you, or well, I mean, it's kind of weird, ain't it?
Clout is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers do a lot for clout. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that they'll do for clout. They'll literally get on camera and snitch on themselves, or get on a song and snitch on themselves, and dry snitch on themselves, just for the clout, just so they can be famous or something, or, get some money or something like that, man, I guess, when it comes out down to it, that shit don't make no sense, man. Like, damn, why would you fucking snitch on yourself? The police literally sat there and waited for him to do some more fucking interviews, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. They've been building a fucking a vault.
Yeah. On his ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, shit, man. And now, they gonna make you tell on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shit, it's finna get it's already nasty. It's finna get nastier right now. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody going down. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I wanted to ask a question I thought was, I guess maybe I just wanted the answer to, but how would you, like, describe Pac, or what would you say to these like this new generation, like who Pac really was as a person?
It's like he was. I would tell him, he's a regular dude like me and you. Um, the media and a lot of people just got him twisted. And it seemed like trouble would follow the guy all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he would always have to fight drama that came his way. But the thing is that it seemed like it was a lot of he was in a lot of shit because he would respond. A lot of people that was dealing with the shit Pac was dealing with wasn't responding, but he was responding out loud in front of everybody and flipping the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he just wasn't. He was a regular dude like you and me. He gonna flip out when he gotta flip out, or he says some shit he don't like. He don't like. But shit, it wasn't really nothing crazy about him. He was funny, you know what I'm saying? We always kicking and laughing shit all the time, but if some shit went down, like when the 8-year-old vice lord shot the 70-year-old gangster disciple, or vice versa, I can't remember how it went. He flipped out like he was one of his kids and flipped out on the whole audience and almost got us both killed by some GDs in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? I had to pull out the
I heard that.
So he was, he was real. He was a real stand-up dude. If he seen some shit that was wrong, he would speak on it. It ain't too many motherfuckers who can say that and walk away from it. It takes real motherfucking gangster rap artists or rap artists, whatever the fuck they want to call us, to mediate certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, back then back then, I don't know about how now, how these niggas ain't really got too much respect how we had back in the day. We could actually mediate shit in the streets, as gangster rap artists. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it. I went to talk to Bloods about some Bloods from Watts when they was throwing bottles at Snoop Dogg's trailer. I had to go mediate some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't motherfuckers can't do that nowadays. Get their head blown off. Have no respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's a different ball game right now. Ain't no motherfucking rules like it was back in the day, or what's important now. Wasn't important to us back then. Like we would flip out on some dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A real nigga trying to come tell you that the police, you know what I'm saying? But these niggas nowadays, they ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? They rather shoot than fight and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bet. Okay. Let me ask a weird one. Do you think there could have been a 50 Cent if Tupac was still alive? This just comes out of my thoughts here. And the reason I ask is because do you think there could have been confrontation, or do you think that he could have even came out? Because he came out, I feel like that was like the next one swinging with the thug shit after all these years. Now, don't get me wrong. There's other there's other thugs in the game and shit like that. But 50 Cent really came like smashing hard. You think that Tupac, you think there could have been a 50 Cent if Tupac was still alive at that time?
That depends on if Pac, Pac would have, gave 50 the crown or not. If Pac didn't want to give that crown up, he would have held on to that crown. You know what I'm saying? Pac wanted to go into a lot of things besides rap music. He wanted to go into acting, and then, eventually running his own label and having his own acting thing and having his own movies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit like Cube is doing right now. That was Pac's whole agenda, and a lot of things with the as far as with the Black Panther stuff, and One Nation, and the album and everything. So yeah, he had a lot of things besides rap music that he was focusing on. So just like 50 eventually ended up doing, he ain't just focused on his music right now. He's doing all of these movies, all of this stuff.
You're trying to move. You're trying to get the capital and then find out the next venture, basically.
Yeah. But eventually, we all rap, so I mean, eventually, you're gonna drop an album here and there, and then you're gonna have these kids calling you old and shit, and then here you go, you know, they do that, and then you 5 years later, somebody calling them old and shit.
Well, I was actually going to bring that up. You know, I saw that one where you kind of went off on academics for calling older rappers a little dusty, and you made a point though. You said basically young rappers know how to get money these days, but they don't know how to stay alive. That's what
Yeah,
you said. Is that not the truth though?
that's true.
It's crazy.
And we literally, they learn how to get money from us losing money. If they didn't see us fucking up, then they wouldn't know which way to go on the game. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know, we took the hits that they for them before they even got to the major labels. You know, we took them hits. Like, you know, you heard me just say, I never really got no real money from this shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other artists the same way. You know what I'm saying? I hustle the game because I'm an artist, and I got a fan base. So I still go out and do shows and get money and, you know, release new music. But you know, shit. It's a game, but it's not a game out here. You gotta really do your thing. You know, you got so much competition. There's 5 million motherfuckers trying to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or more. You know what I'm saying, trillion more. I could go outside and kick a tree. 10 rappers will fall out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, bro. That's true. It's fucking crazy. It's wild. So I know the answer to this, but a lot of people don't, man. And I respected what you said about it. But can you tell for the people that don't know, can you explain why you have the 1 on the end of your name?
Well, you know, one reason the 1 is on the end of the name, my name, because I mean, the name actually is an acronym. It's Sex Pistols, Endo, Cash, and Entertainment. And I all of that was number 1 in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And eventually, when I got older and started going through shit in life, the 1 started meaning different things, because I was like, damn, you know, I always, every time some shit go down, I would say, that's why I put the 1 on the end of my motherfucking name, because I gotta do this shit by myself. You know, I gotta, you know, I'm here by myself. Ain't nobody here with me. You know what I'm saying? My first album, I realized, I'm like, shit, I was on there by myself with no features, and we sold 1 million copies. You know that, and I'm, you know that. Sometimes you gotta rock by yourself. You know, you can't. Your friends ain't gonna be with you all the time, or you ain't gonna have no help all the time, or ain't gonna be somebody there to tell you something that you need to know. You gonna have to rock by yourself and try to make it through whatever you're going through. And you know, because you know, a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to go through that shit with you. You know what I'm saying? Or they went through it before. They don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
because you're the only motherfucker. You're the one motherfucker you can count on yourself.
Yeah, you know, they say eagles or hawks, I think, fly higher than any bird, and they say when the eagles try to kill the hawk flies up so high the eagle loses breath or something will happen and he'll start falling. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta be. You gotta be the hawk. You gotta fly high as possible. So you know.
Hell yeah.
You know, and when you going through shit like this, the eagle ain't coming with you. When you going through hardcore shit in life, you know, the eagle ain't gonna fly there with you. You gonna fall right off. You're gonna be right there by yourself. It's just gonna be you by yourself, pushing, trying to make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true, man. And I respect that. And when you said that, man, it was a must for me to have on my channel, because that's dope, man. That's real shit. You had said that you and Tupac had traded hats at one time, and basically as fans of each other. And I heard that you still might have that hat. Is that true?
It's that, well, my mom had it. You know, I was giving her, you know, when, you know, she rest in peace, but I was giving her stuff because I knew I would lose it, and that's where that hat is. It's in my mom's house.
And was that like the first time you guys met, or was that after a couple occasions and he had the pocket and you had the fucking Spice One and you guys did the trade off? Or
yeah, that was after we hung out a couple occasions and he came to a few videos or whatever. But yeah, hell yeah, I was like, man, give me the motherfucking hat with he had the fist on it with the bow tie and shit, you know.
That's what's up, bro. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and that's really all I had for you. And up here, bro, you're an OG, man. So salute to you, and I appreciate your time, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Peace and love, bro. Be safe out there. Holler at me if you need to, man. You already know what it is.
I appreciate it. All right, brother.
All right.
Salute. Blah!